Oh, wow, it's been a while. I am very shaky with. Wow, I don't even know what happened there. I tried both were. Oh, as I'm saying. I know you guys can hear me before, but this will be way better. All right. So yeah, it's been a while, and I don't even know if any of those if the sound even worked on those countdowns. But who cares? Who cares? It was just for dramatic effect. Probably didn't work. Hopefully it worked. I tried it both ways. Anyways, okay, that's not what we're here for. Anyways, let me get this. What is this? Okay. All right. So I'm just making sure that we're all good with the camera mic. I know you guys can hear me either way, but obviously I would rather. Okay, good. All right, we're good. All right, good. Yeah, so I don't know if either of those worked. So, anyways, all right, what's up, guys? It's really good to see you. It is really. Who do we got here? All right, so we got Brandy in the house. We have Brian Lanham. How you doing? Dame Jade. Which actually, I'm happy you're here. I was wondering if you were gonna be here because I wanted to mention something. Okay, so with there's one thing I want to announce. So Dame Jade, she basically donated enough. She said, "Here, this is enough for like a nice green screen," which I ordered. And I didn't just order a green screen. I ordered like the lights. It'll be a whole setup, like the lights. There's some other like sound proof things, and then a green screen. So they went to deliver it. They kept trying to deliver it, but because it's like it's an expensive item, so it's like, yeah, it's not like crazy, but it's it's expensive. I don't want to give away the number. It's just, I don't know. So they keep trying. They keep trying to deliver it, and then they send it back to FedEx, and now they have to send it back again, but this time with different orders. So pretty soon, probably like 5 days or something like that, I'm gonna have the green screen. I was hoping when I came back live to have it all set up and like be like awesome. It's gonna be really nice. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I want to thank Dame Jade. I was really hoping to have it already set up, but I already ordered it, so it's gonna be sent back. I live in a big apartment building, and it's one of those things you have to sign for it, so they can't get in the building. It was a real pain in the ass because you don't know what time they're gonna show up. You can track it all you want. You don't know what time they're gonna show up. You would think they'd make it like a better system. I mean, a lot of people live in apartment buildings these days, at least out here in New England. They pushed a lot of people into apartment buildings. In fact, a lot of people actually did get COVID in this apartment building where I live. Um, but we've been fine. So how you guys been doing? Just want to check on you guys here. Make sure we're good. Okay. Brian says good. Oh man, it's so good to be back on here. So there's a lot of things I want to go over. So since first of all, the reason I kind of at first I was just taking a little bit of time off, and then I got a heads up that they were gonna start like scalping YouTubers. Sure enough, they did start scalping YouTubers. Like I don't know about you guys, but I go on like my feed, and all these great YouTubers I listen to. I don't know if they're laying low. I don't know what their situation is. They're bugging out. I don't know, but it's crazy. There's, I don't know. Maybe I need to start subscribing to new people, but all these great YouTubers that you don't find them anymore. The only ones you find are people that, go live 2 minutes after they see I make an announcement. And I'm just a small nothing channel. But it's just that he doesn't like me for some reason. I couldn't imagine why. Yeah, I can't wait, Dane J. It's gonna be awesome. I'll actually I'll send you or you know what, if the show starts to slow down, I'll show you the order. It's pretty cool. All right, so a few things I want to go over here. And by the way, I'm doing call-ins, but first I just want to let me do my thing here. Okay. All right. Yeah, do I not already have it set? I should. Should be all set up. And I was gonna quit smoking too. Big, huge, like things of gum, like huge, not just the regular, like huge things. And each one has like 8 inside, so it's actually like 40 of them, 40 boxes. But I don't know, guys. I'll give you my. Okay, so a few things I want to go over here. All right, so something we talked a lot about on the show is what's going to happen with this Durham investigation, right? And one thing I find crazy is that there's so many people on the left who are not even aware of this investigation that's been going on for 3 years now. About the same amount of time as Q, right? Or, well, 1 year less. So not 3, it's more like 2 years. I read 3 years, actually 2. Q has been 3 years. But anyways, but Q is definitely tied in. Sarah Carter's tied in tight. But so we all saw, maybe we didn't all see, but for those who don't know, some of the more obvious stuff I'm not gonna. So we know Ba was testifying the other day in front of Congress, and people missed a lot from that. People were acting like, oh yeah, nothing. They were just giving them shit. They were talking about like, the gutches or the attempted gutches. But there was some bombshells dropped, big time. I saw it live, but I just didn't see it recycle in the news. I didn't expect it to see it, in 95% of the media, which is left. But some of the right or alternative sites didn't really see it. Sarah Carter definitely covered it big time. So Barr reveals separate probe into Flynn unmasking, but sources worry that's really unfortunate when they can't even, the grammar is off like that. Sources worry will be left. Sources worry will the left be left in the dark, is what I think they're trying to say. If investigated, that really just kills it. Investigations are kept secret until after election. But that's not what's going to happen. He answered that directly. See, no, this is not correct. This is not correct. Hold on a second. Barr did not state whether or not the results of those investigations would be released prior to the November elections, but did reiterate to lawmakers that he was aware the Justice Department rules to not release information that may interfere with the election. I don't know how it could not interfere with that January 5th meeting that we know about. There's so many. I don't know how it could not interfere. But all right, screw this. I got something better. Screw that. That's crazy. Let me give you something way better than that. I got a lot here. All right. Check this out. All right. There was quite a bit of information shared by Attorney General William Barr during his congressional testimony today. One of the revelations was that U.S. Attorney Prosecutor John Bash, or Durham, has been investigating why top administration officials, Obama administration officials, and by the way, did you guys see Obama the other day at a fucking funeral? Are you kidding me? At a congressman, no matter what you thought of that congressman, at his funeral, he turned it into like a campaign slogan. You know, all of a sudden he's not from Hawaii. He's talking black. You know what I mean? Like he is just like he is. But you know what? He does it well. That's the thing that's crazy. He actually did it well. The thing is, what he did was so out of line, but it doesn't matter. The left loved it. It was like it like woke them up. And then all of a sudden, you saw what happened, not only on the streets, but on the Hill. You know, all of a sudden, they're all getting fired up. Well, that came after this. So, like Joe Biden, Susan Rice, John Brennan, James Comey, Samantha Power, who, by the way, like I said, you see Samantha Power, you might as well just put Barack Obama. That was like, you know, him. You know what I mean? Like she would just do whatever he needed and just not have his name on it. She was the first one to unmask Flynn. You don't think she got orders? She was the, what was she to the UN? She ambassador to the UN, the redhead there. And others were unmasking Trump campaign and Trump incoming administration officials at such a furious pace after Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton. By the way, they weren't just doing that; they were also looking into different Congress. They were looking at a Congress race. They were had spies looking at them. They had not only spies but another Pfizer on Cruz in case he won. I mean, this is the dirtiest politics ever. And the thing is, people are like, well, you know what? It's gotten to the point where it's too late. I don't agree. It's not too late. It's never too late. Because you know what? The left is so delusional that these facts, the way they've dripped out and the way their attempts have just fell to the wayside, all these attempts, and we're going to go over some of these attempts. So, but the big relief for most followers of Obamagate, Spygate, like myself, the past 3 years, came when AG Barr testified that his special prosecutor team, Durham, and potentially, like we saw in that last article, there's actually potentially another probe going on that's been going on. You know, some of the best ones are secret. I thought Durham was going to be the one that was kept secret, but you know. So let's see. Will not, you hear this? Will not withhold their findings, reports, or indictments until after the November election. You hear that? Do I have to repeat that? They will not withhold what they're looking into, their reports, their indictments. They will indict people before the election, despite the policies of, you know, not interfering with the elections. These policies of the DOJ. I wonder if the FBI has those same policies, because they surely, you know, interfered both ways. To be honest, to be fair. Let's see. The one side was a lot more truthful. All right. So, and he actually covered up for one side. So that's where. Okay. So, so here's what he said, verbatim. I will be very careful. This is Barr. I know what Justice Department policy is, Barr said during a long-awaited appearance before the House Judiciary Committee. Any report will be, in my judgment, not one that is covered by the policy and would disrupt the election. When asked by Representative Debbie Mercosur Powell, Democrat of Florida. I have a feeling that I'm going to take a guess and say that she represents Broward County, the most corrupt county in the United States of America. Anyways, you should see the numbers out of there for this all these sick people, whether he would commit to not releasing a report from Durham between now and November. The Attorney General flatly declined. No, Barr replied. So that's the way it's going to be. So it sounds like, so now this person is obviously left. Sounds like he's planning to disrupt the election. Well, I mean, he's doing his job. I think that this should have been done earlier. But you know what? When you're doing impeachments, Mueller investigations, it's kind of hard to, do your investigation. And then you got to wait before they could do anything. They had to wait not only for them to finish all their crap, but then they had to wait for Horowitz to finish his report, which was damning. That's when people realized this was legit. Well, people realized that before, but it was official at that point. And I'm telling stuff you guys know, but and then after that, don't forget, there was also, Flynn, the fact that his case was still being held up would hold up everything. Even Stone, that would hold up everything. And you want to hear something crazy? They overturned the Boston, where I'm from, Boston, born and bred, Boston, and I still even have, you know what? Hold on. So yeah, the Boston bomber, they just overturned his sentence. If you guys can believe this, it's like everybody's getting out of jail. Everybody, it just doesn't matter right now. It's just get out of jail free card for everybody. Now he's not getting out of jail, but they're saying, he could never get a fair trial in Boston. Then what the fuck did I do the trial for? Oh, let me grab some. Show you that. Sorry about that, but this was buried in my closet. Yeah, we don't forget in Boston about that. Not at all. So Stone, you saw what he went through trying to get out for nothing. All right. And then, I had this back from when all this stuff happened. Remember this? The Believe in Boston and all that. They overturned his case. The bomber. Yeah. The movie Patriots Day and all that. They overturned his case. Yet Stone, you see how he got treated? You see how Flynn's been getting treated? Literally, they are releasing into the streets murderers, rapists. All right, and the thing is, it's I've never seen it put better than this. Hold on, let me see. Let me just check out what you guys say. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Or you guys might even talking about something else. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, but check this out. Never seen it put better. Now, this is, you got to look at this from the standpoint of, come on, man. You got to think about this from the standpoint. This is so well put. This is the last thing that Q posted, July 31st. This was done today. Right after midnight. And it's funny, the 340 mathematically adds up to the exact delta of when you add up these times. If you guys want to do it on your own, not these times, but the day before, you do the deltas, you'll get 340. When you just keep doing the deltas, subtracting, you'll come to 340. Sure enough, 340. Because I remember I did the whole thing, and I was like, 340. And then that's just what I came to. All of a sudden, when I saw this post today, 340. There's something to the times and dates. That's obviously clear. But I think that there's more to the times and dates than people realize. I know there is. I've proven it. I mean, I've shown you guys. I've literally shown you guys, okay, this is what's going to happen. And I mean, you guys, anyone who's been watching, you guys have seen the way, I'll show you guys how it adds up, and then boom, it comes out to that exact time, that exact date, we've predicted so much on this show. And one prediction we made that didn't exactly come to fruition was the 15th, August 15th, but that was last year. And that's something that happens a lot with Q. Everything makes sense for a certain date. For instance, May 15th, I remember, in 2018, I think. All of a sudden, or 2017, one or the other. And all of a sudden, it was the next year on May 15th that, big moves were made that, for instance, like when I say big moves, Coates was the DNI. Well, he wasn't a loyalist. He was part of the establishment, the deep state. Now, it's become painfully clear that the deep state, especially on the Democratic side, is an arm and definitely working with the Communist Party of China. They, sometimes, the enemy of your enemy, or, you have similar interests. Like when they always say, American interests to protect American interests, and we have similar interests. Well, that doesn't mean that the interests are exactly above board and good for anybody. They're actually horrible. You guys see what's going on in Portland. You guys see what's going on in Seattle. You guys see what's about to go on in Austin. They're driving around right now in Austin with AKs, stopping people on the street, sticking guns in their face. Okay, one of them stuck a gun in a veteran's face and got shot in the chest 5 times. So he's gone, but they're still doing it, and the police are told to stand down. So they're allowed to stick guns in your face, burn down courthouses. They're allowed to do these things, and they tell the police to stand down. The only time where they don't stand down is when it's federal, burn down a police station. But the only time they don't is when it's a federal courthouse, obviously, because, that's no longer under the safe zone. And what do they call them again? The safe havens or whatever. So it's kind of funny how those safe havens worked out. And this BLM thing, it's just been a little tool they've had on the side, just that they could use at any time. But now they're armed. But the Patriots are armed too, and they're armed to the teeth, and they're getting pissed. and people are not happy about this virus. People are not happy about, I'm not happy about how people are just going along with everything like nothing. But to stay on topic, this is what I was talking about. All right. Now I'm going to read this, but as I read it, you got to think this is not, I'm not saying this this is the goals of the patriots, of the loyalists, us, right? Hopefully us. There might be a couple of you that feel different. I'm sure you guys don't fully embrace this crap, but I don't know. But this is their plan. This has been their plan. And this is the best outline I have seen yet of what they have done and what their plan is. If you want to read along, QAnon.pub is the last post. Infiltration. And he said it many times, infiltration instead of invasion. And I say he, it's a team. Only those who can be controlled via blackmail or like beliefs were installed in critical leadership positions across all political and non-political control and command positions, CCP. Kind of funny. Necessary to, now this is necessary. Do you see how he kind of writes? You guys, some of you guys know exactly how to read his writing. I'll do my best to kind of do the pauses where they should be. Necessary to ensure protective blanket insurance. Traders everywhere. Now, when you think about that, you think about the Adam Schiff. You think about the Comey had it. Everybody had to do his thing. McMaster. They all had to do their little thing. I would even. Some people say it's up in the air. To me, it's not. Bolton. But it seems like they kind of let them in, and the reason I think they let a lot of them in, like Rosenstein. I mean, he was the Attorney General for so long, and in charge of so much stuff. Well, guess what? He started trying. Of course, they asked him to do things, and he was under a microscope. They all got caught. Every time they let one of them in, they'd have him under a microscope, and they'd get caught. And it's building a case. I'm telling you, I think that they're all going to go down. And I'll show you something interesting, too, afterwards. Okay. Traders everywhere. Democratic leadership, or D leadership, and joint ops with China, CCP, in effort to regain power. It was never about the virus. Sequence of events. Here we go. Flynn, first strike, designed to 1, cripple. 2, prevent exposure of illegal acts of the Hussein White House chain of command. I believe there would be chain of command, code of conduct, continuation. No, the chain of command, the Hussein White House chain of command. That would be through national security, intel, discovery. So that's so you see how the reasons for these things. This is just Flynn. That's why I said it was so important that Flynn's case get out. Not only that, but then they have discovery, and everything from that case can be used. All right. 3, install controlled replacement. Rogue One, McMaster. McMaster, removal of loyalist intel community. So that's what he did. He went in, he cleaned house. They made sure that they had their people in the intel community and all 17 known intelligence communities, as well as the rest. Continuing. National security. Install. So if you're going to remove, then you're going to install controlled like, for instance, Rogue 2, Coates, as the DNI, Director of National Intelligence. We've found out in the past months how important that position has been, especially when it comes to declassifying information and things like that. To prevent declass, well, if you can, if it's a position like I just said, where you can, where since Code's been taken out, they've been able to declass a lot of things. Well, that also means that they're going to be able to prevent declass with one of their guys in there. House, and then also a House Senate blockade. Now, pre-install Rogue 3 through 6. So we just named 2. So then we have 4 more. Looks like 3 more, but it's 4 more. Referrals to POTUS regarding McMaster, Coates. Here's where we go. Ray, Bolton. There's that triple plus, which, people have said a lot of different things about who they think that is. People have said, could definitely could be, and he's still causing havoc. Soros. I get mixed up with the triple plus and the 1 plus. I'll get back to you on that, but I'm thinking Soros. So there's your 4. Although Soros wasn't installed into the government. So hold on a second. The other 2 are supposed to be the House of Saud. So the Saudis? That doesn't make sense. But then again, they had things like Five Eye, where you have all the other countries involved. You got the royal family, but that wasn't involved either. Let me get back to you on that one. Bolton. Plus. Rothschild was supposed to be one of them, but just because it wasn't them doesn't mean that it wasn't somebody representing them. That's why I'm leaning Soros. Okay. Install controlled Rogue 7, Bolton. So it looks like Bolton installed somebody. Well, if you're going to install somebody, Bolton removal. And guys, this isn't fairy tale. You could take this is like summed up. Every word I say is like a huge story that you can go back and find, or will find out, or if you do your digging, you'll know. That's why I find this to be amazing, how he broke it down. Bolton removal of loyalists, after the installed Rogue 7, which in my opinion, that installed Rogue 7 was that twin there, what's his name? The Army guy. He was really the whistleblower for Adam Schiff. I'm thinking him. What's his name? I can't think of his name. I know you guys got it. What's his name? The Army kid. I'm thinking him. Yes, Josie Fletcher. That's true. And just to say, yes, it's true. As far as TikTok operations in the United States, they have been dismantled. No more. I know that a lot of kids enjoy it, but the thing is, they're hacking all these kids. So if you have TikTok on your phone, I'd get that the hell off there. They already got all your stuff anyway. Sadly, if you got TikTok on your phone. All right, so continue. Anyone that kid, what was that? The Army guy. What is the number? What is the Pound, pound, pound. Do you mean the plus, plus, plus? I would. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's one of three. It's supposed to the plus, plus, plus. I'd have to go back to the beginning with you, but it's plus, 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 and the three would be Rothschild, House of Saud, and the Saudis, and Soros. So I'm thinking Soros. It doesn't mean that he was installed in our government, but it doesn't. But one of his people might have been, or one of the Rothschilds' people. Actually, the Saudis. We ended up, saving their prince. That whole thing in Vegas. That was all about trying to take him out, and instead he took out all his cousins with our help, and is forever in debt to us, which is why they are, such staunch allies. But I think you got it. I think you got it. But God, no, that's not what I was thinking. But no, no, no. The guy who was just in there, and he was in front of I'll get it right now. Wasn't he a lieutenant colonel? Let me see. I don't know if I got that right. Lieutenant colonel. There he is. There he is. This piece of shit. I'm pretty sure this is who they're talking about. Vindman. Vindman. That's who it is. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Almost positive. Not the plus plus plus, but the what we just mentioned. So, removal of loyalists, right? But the install controlled Rogue 7. I believe that was Vindman. Or Vindman's definitely in the 3 through 6. One of them's Vindman. But then again, here it shows. No, see, remember McMaster was number 1. That was the first one. So it's actually one not listed. So that might be Vindman, the one not listed here, Vindman. That sounds about right. And so I wonder who this Rogue 7 is. Maybe it's one of the people you guys are mentioning. Oh, yeah. All right, so. Yeah, I mean, the guys, this is like literally, this is not like up for debate. Just like anybody who wants to debate this in the comments or no one has. I'm just saying, like, this is all fact. I've been following this so close. This is all fact. All right. Intel community, national security, White House, essential to control infiltration to prevent D-class public exposure. Now, I'm not saying this, again, from the standpoint of a patriot. This is from the standpoint of these traitors, okay? These people who have, these Marxist ideas, they even have all these young children out there with hammers, and I mean, you see what they have. They get these kids all stirred up. Then they have the professional protesters, the BLM, all that crap, and of course, then it's all funded through China. So it's bad, and that's what we're seeing right now. That's what we've been seeing. And it kind of really started kicking off again when Obama gave his speech the day after Barr dropped that, we're going to be releasing and doing indictments before the election. Okay. And trust me, there's a plan, and I still believe in that plan. Things have just gone a certain way. There's been a lot of, I feel like things were supposed to happen a different way. But the military has a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and then off of those plans, there's an A, B, C, D. It's all about reacting to the enemy, even more so than acting. Um, the enemy is going to make moves. It's all about counter moves and counter moves. Okay, so intel community, national security, well, essential to control infiltration. Again, speaking from their standpoint, to prevent declass. That's what they're trying to prevent. But now we got our DNI in there. Now that, Stone, yeah, it's good to have his out, but really, it's the big one was Flynn. Having that one out, it's gonna get real ugly. And now that Ba just basically said to them all, yeah, no, what Durham is uncovering, we're going to be presenting to the American people before the election, while keeping, I don't know how, without affecting the election. I don't know how it doesn't. Well, not the rule isn't not to affect the election, but not to affect the election in an unfair way. But the facts are the facts. People, the way I look at it, people need to know the facts. Bob will be attacked big time for what he's going to do, as well as Durham. But when they see the facts, and the American people see the facts, they're not going to give a shit. So it's essential to control infiltration, prevent declass, public exposure of what? True events. Like what? What kind of true events? Illegal surveillance of Republican candidates 1 and 2. Let me fill that in for you. Candidates Trump and Cruz. Most people don't know about the second one there. So just so you know, put that in your back pocket. And when you're having an argument with someone, not an argument, but a debate, maybe an argument, throw that on them and say, you know what? You don't know shit. They even did it to Cruz. And they'll be like, what? And then when it comes out, you can send them a little text, give them a call. All right. And it's not about making our fellow Americans feel stupid, because I don't know how they haven't figured it out yet that they're being lied to every step of the friggin' way. But hey, if they're still watching that crap on the media, then they're totally just like, they're thinking X when, A, B, C, D, E, F, G needs to happen. So yeah, they're unfortunately, you can see, and then you see the disenfranchised youth being taken advantage of. Obama acts like he's for people, and then this phony accent. Sometimes you talk like a white man very well. When he's speaking amongst white fellas in Congress, and speaking to his constituents. And then when he's speaking in a black church, all of a sudden, first of all, he's in church. That's another thing. At a funeral, speaking about campaign slogans, and he's like, "We will not put up with this." Like he's Martin Luther King or something. Like, it's disgusting, his caricatures, But it works. But then again, I just feel like other people have to see through it. I don't know. Okay. So again, illegal surveillance, candidates 1 and 2. That would be Trump or Cruz. House members 1X. If I'm not mistaken, is that Jordan? Jim Jordan, I think. I'm not sure about that one. It might be Meadows, actually. Senate members 1X. Well, Cruz, but they're not talking about him there because he would be a candidate. The Senate member. But it's tough. It's tough. Journalist. I think the journalist was what's his name? John Roberts. I'm pretty sure it was John Roberts. And ambassador 1X. I'm not sure who the ambassador. Maybe if I thought about it, ambassador. Because these are people that they were spying on. Illegal surveillance. That's what we're talking about, by the way. Illegal surveillance. All right. Now, did they have a FISA on all of them? No. But they had a FISA on a bunch of people in Trump's campaign as well as Cruz campaign. And then, now this is up for debate what this means. I have my theories, but plus classified 1 through 99 events. I think basically when this all comes out, the 1 through 99, people think it means like there's going to be 99 events where there's that's too perfect. It comes out to exactly 1 through 9. No, I think it means, just basically like everything else. All the other classified crap that they got caught in, all the, because the thing is, like, when they did all this, they didn't expect her to lose. They didn't expect him to be like the Teflon Don and get through it all. They didn't expect to be counter surveilled so well. They didn't expect the public narrative to not sway the way that they wanted. They didn't expect Supreme Court justices to be, friggin' implanted like nothing. Kind of like they want to implant us, and we'll go over that with the 666. I don't know if you guys heard about the Coca-Cola bottle thing, or this channel. We were the first ones to talk about the 666 patent that a lot of people know about now, and is obvious. We didn't know why it was so relevant at the time. Now we do. We'll continue. So then what happens? Mueller installed. Comey termination, loss of power. POTUS inside of a box. Prevent counterattack. So they're kind of once Comey was taken out, they put in Mueller. And by doing that, they keep POTUS and what he wants to do. He's kind of boxed up. He can't do what he got to do. He can't say what he wants to say. He can't go after them the way he should be able to as a president. And that's all to prevent a counterattack. Well, that didn't work out. Mueller termination, loss of power. Mueller loses power, right? What do? Impeachment installed. Once again, POTUS inside of a box to prevent a counterattack. Like I said, this is done very well. Then, if above fails, it's almost like you have to read it backwards. If above fails, well, then you got the C-19 insurance plan, which was made in Fort Detrick. By the way. And Fort Detrick was shut down in 2014 and transferred to Wuhan. We even outsourced that type of crap. Even though we had a, level 4 CDC here in Atlanta. No, we outsourced to Wuhan, the only other level 4, once we made it a level 4. C-19, we know what we're talking about, right? Charlie 19, right? Installed. Impeachment. Also, first we'll read backwards, right? Impeachment termination. The impeachment don't work. Loss of power. But yet, POTUS is still inside of a box to prevent a counterattack. Why? Charlie 19 installed. We know what that is, right? Charlie 19, stage 1. Inform POTUS. So, Intel, CDC, WHO. I don't know if you guys kind of caught the double meaning in my title. Plus senior advisors. Nothing to fear. Do not close travel. Do nothing. Remember? And what did Trump do? The opposite, despite being told that. The political setup. Charlie 19, stage 2 here. Inform POTUS of doomsday. inaccurate scenarios, models, predicting death count of over 1 million. The political, I mean, really, it was over 2 million. They had it at 2.2 million deaths, their model. The political force, lockdown, wipe economic and unemployment gains. I mean, because it's quite impressive what Trump did with the economy. All that's gone. I would say the only one that's been effective is this Charlie 19. But then again, we haven't seen the end result yet. We might see, this gotcha moment where, they're able to prove in a systematic way, kind of like they're laying it out here to the American people and in court. Something like that would have to wait till after the election. But as far as the stuff that happened years ago, that's coming. Yeah, that's coming. I mean, don't listen to me. Listen to. Hey, hello. See this on head. Nice, awesome. All right. Charlie 19, stage 3, activate controlled Democratic governments to spike death count, plus project statewide fear by presenting alarming on-ground conditionings, hospital, care supplies, projections. You guys, you put on CNN and you see the death count all day. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. I wish they would put the death count and then put the infection rate. And then, I don't know, do a little bit of math and figure out that the chances, if you get it, of dying are like so minuscule that, the flu is worse. And I'm not trying, I guys, if you guys remember, I was all over coronavirus back in what was it, like early January. If you go back and look at my videos, I even had a video where I had such a grasp on it. Everything you need to know about the coronavirus. That was on January 24th. I was reporting on it before that. The only video where I was way off, I thought POTUS might have gotten it. That was the only video I was off. But I was on it because it is a real thing. For people who say it's fake, I haven't heard from my buddy from Canada. Is it still like 100% just totally fake? It's not like 100% like fake. Yes, but they're spiking the infected rate incline due to daily testing. So it looks like the United States is like the worst in the world. We're so bad. But really, we're the only ones that are testing the way that we are. Testing, they're pushing test. I mean, you look at like Miami-Dade right now. Right now, they're tearing them all down because of the hurricane on the way. By the way, anybody in Florida, you guys know what's on the way, right? So my prayers will be with you. I hope you have a plan. Anybody in the path of that hurricane? I'll check it in a minute. So the daily testing, we're testing way more than any other country. Look at that. Look those stats up. Then it starts to make sense. The political setup controlled. MSNBC failure to report death count rates. This is what I was just talking about. Proportional to infected rate. Again, death count rate proportional to infected rate. Deliberate miscounting of infected numbers. It's all the percentage. Okay? And find that percentage of what I just talked about, the proportional between infected and death. Change non-positive to positive. Label death of non-quote Charlie 19 as Charlie 19, etc. We see it all the time. I'm surprised Floyd was, I mean, God rest his soul. That was so horrible what happened to him. You know, it doesn't mean that like, man, if that hadn't happened, but it almost makes you wonder. It was just too perfect for their agenda. I believe in MK Ultra. I believe in mind control. I know that you can hypnotize. But then again, they had a history, so then that makes me think, I guess it really was just authentic. It was organic. But change from non-positive to positive. We know they're doing that. People, people are so pissed off because they're finding out, oh, they're labeled as a corona death. And they're like, what? There was stage 4 cancer before the thing even came along. Wow, that's not how they died. Like, it doesn't, like, the when you put cause of death on a death certificate, it's not for, you know who it's for? The families. So they can, know what to look out for. Like, for instance, my father died of a heart attack. I know that when I speak to my doctor and they ask, family history, I have to bring that up. It's for the family. And it's also for, like some type of closure. And to have, coronavirus, and that's not the case, that's wrong. This is all wrong, man. Charlie 19, stage 5. Eliminate and censor any opposing views. Anti-narrative. Oh, you guys been paying attention the last 2 days? Remember Fauci? A bunch of doctors, they had made a video talking about how a lot of this stuff is BS. A lot of what he's saying is BS. And what did he say? He said, I believe that people like that should be censored and they shouldn't be able to have a voice. He said that straight up. And sure enough, that video, you'd have to dig it out. And you know what? Maybe we can dig up that video. We'll dig up that video that I want to see. I haven't seen it yet, to be honest with you. I've been really deep on I have something else I'm really working on. It might be the thing is, I try not to if I think I'm onto something, I try not to you don't want to have that in your mind, because that's how you get the label as a conspiracy theorist. You want it to be true, so you twist the facts to make it true. I do my best to stick to the facts and see if it's true. And then what happens next? Ready when needed. Activate 4-year BLM narrative, 4 times the power. Use as division plus 2020 Charlie 19 infection rates to justify close limit until November 3rd. So continue to close the economy. Continue to have, actually, he's going to get into it. I'm going to talk about sheltering Biden. Charlie 19 calculated Democratic. I know it's a little bit boring, but this is a perfect outline. This is good. Calculated Democratic political gain. And this is what you get. This is the calculated Democratic political gain from Charlie 19. 1. Eliminate record economic gains. Check. 2. Eliminate record unemployment gains. Check. 3. Shelter Biden from public appearances. Limit public exposure of mental condition. Check. And half a check. Well, they're still limiting it. You know what? They use the word limit. If they put, hide, I wouldn't agree. Limit, yes. People are still seeing it, but they're not seeing the full extent. 4. Shelter Biden from Ukraine exposure. Whatever happened to Hunter? Whatever happened to the whole Ukraine story? Do you remember on this channel, we went over all those videos, all those recordings of Biden speaking with the president of Ukraine, setting the whole deal up? You know, I'm gonna do a video soon where I'm just gonna like, go down memory lane because we have so much like valuable information on this channel. We just have to go back and just go back and just show it, because that's what they do. And by the way, I predict there's going to be some type of Fantastic Freddy coming. Just saying. Okay? By the 15th. Next 2 weeks. But I'll say next 2 weeks. I'll give myself 2 weeks. But I would say sooner than later. Shelter Biden from presidential debates. Requested demands due to Charlie 19. He has an excuse now. Delay the Democratic convention. Strategic takeover of nominee post strategic takeover of nominee. Post confirmed. And that's what's happening. They know that they can control this guy who is literally his mind. I don't know if anyone's ever dealt with someone with dementia. I have. And we have a family member, and it's sad. And he's right there. He's just about to get to the point where it's like, whoa. So this. He's already. Yeah, you think he's already there? I'm talking about Biden.
I know. I was thinking like dementia might be a little strong. Maybe.
But he's heading there.
Yeah. What do you call
it? If he was elected president, how long into his term until he's fully? That's why the vice president. I still say it's going to be Stacey Abrams. I don't know. I'm just sticking with my pick because she did her salute to the devil. And, I just think that they really do on Earth. They do get, a payoff. She'll be involved at the very least. Delay Democratic. Okay. Eliminate and delay POTUS rallies. Term energy. It does. It kind of takes the wind out of the room. When you have those rallies, I mean, the way the president just says it how it is, and the people get out there and see him, and you know what happened in the last rally, the one they call the super spread Tulsa. You know what happened, and you know why he fired his last campaign manager. He let a bunch of kids, okay, from other countries and things like that, through some app, buy up all the tickets. So they had to hold out all the supporters who were there, and there was a lot of people there. They all had to wait outside with all the crazy people trying to friggin' bash their heads in, by the way. And meanwhile, all of a sudden, it was a wicked small crowd. When you have literally 60% of the crowd is stuck outside because they're trying to hold room for the people who bought tickets. But all the tickets were bought by children. And the campaign manager didn't know it. So he really screwed up his chance at a rally in Tulsa. The one they call the super spreader. And now they're blamed. They're saying that's why Herman Cain died, because he was there. Herman Cain had cancer in about every organ that you can have cancer. Unfortunately, it's sad. And he's been in that condition for a while. That's why he died. And then he also got Charlie 19. but he was on his way out anyways. It's another one of those situations where he'll be marked as a COVID, but he was what? Maybe he would have lasted one more month if he hadn't gotten the Charlie. And this one here's some big ones here. 8, eliminate ability for people to gather, divide us. Eliminate, and this is where this is a big one. This might be the direction I might be going in after this. Ability to find peace, strength in time of need. Now, how do you do that? How do I do that? Well, not necessarily church, but through God. But a lot of people need their church. And the church, it's like you can gather and, throw firebombs, put guns in people's faces, do whatever you want. But you can't go to church. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And Americans we just keep going with our masks and like nothing's happening. My only hope is those Americans are just that silent majority that want to just punch them in the gut once election time comes. Even like Democrats, like, you know what? I see what's going on here. I can't believe it, but I'm basically voting for America. I don't want to vote for Trump, but I'm voting for America. I feel like a lot of Democrats are going to do that. 10, promote mail-in voting. It's like such obvious fraud. They just bailed out, and it was the Democrats that made sure this happened, that they bailed out the United States Postal Service, which, by the way, Obama brought up by name. He goes, they don't trust institutions like the United States Postal Service. They just bailed them out, the Democrats. They bailed out the Postal Service, the United States Postal Service. So basically, they bailed out and bought in this crazy time when, all this money is going around in these big bills. It's disgusting. And that's going to be basically like the voting booth. It's so obvious. It's like people who don't see this, I don't know what to say to you. As only safe method. Is that true? Come on. Bypass NSA, election security, installed midterms +1. Push state bailout stimulus for California and New York, plus wish list items. 12, increase national debt. Place China, now by increasing our debt, that places China into controlling debt position and regaining leverage. Like I said, similar interests. They're working together and have been. Look back at this campaign. Look back at the Obama administration. Look back through what Biden was up to. It wasn't just Ukraine, China too, big time. Test conditional limits of public acceptance. Obey. Check. Don't even get me started. Test conditional limits of public non-acceptance. Check. Pussies. Test conditional limits of state authority. Governor, mayor. Check and check. They are falling right in line, aren't they? Test conditional limits of media, social, censorship. Who benefits the most? Democrats? Yeah, they benefit. But the most? China. But Russia's the enemy. That's their narrative, right? And when I say enemy, I mean instead of China. That's bullshit. China is the enemy above Russia. Does that mean that Russia is no, Russia is not an enemy in the way that like we're about to go to war. China is. Yet the Democrats are working with them hand in hand. You know, we just made a crazy deal with Russia, Saudi Arabia, Mexico with the oil. That's not someone you're about to go to war with. Russia and us will never have. That's one of the rare times where we had, the same interests. We normally have conflicting interests. So, we're always going to have some problems. But they don't have to be as bad as, they're made out to be. But, that's the Democrat boogeyman. Russia, Russia, Russia. While, they're buddied up with a country, and you guys probably, I don't know if you guys have seen this. You guys see what they're doing to the I always mess up the pronunciation. The Ugaki Muslims. If you guys want to take a look at that, when they're rounding them up, putting them on trains, bringing them in concentration camps, forced labor. When they get there, they're neutering them. Wiping out genocide. Literally, genocide. If you neuter all the men and just work them all to death, use them off, eventually they die off, and that's it. There they go. They don't exist no more. Right? I mean, if you can't reproduce, there goes your people. And they're systematically wiping them out. It's not even systematically. It's just like straight up genocide in concentration camps on trains. Like we've seen this before. This is happening right now. Everything seen literally, but I think he means it figuratively as well. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow is calculated political moves and events designed and launched by Democratic Party in coordination with other domestic and foreign entities, China, Iran, in an attempt to regain power over you. Prevent accountability. You know what this is? This is very important to know, because when mindless Biden, if he ever gets power, first of all, we're screwed. It's done. At that point, I probably won't be here. Shadow presidency, Hussein. Shadow government. Information warfare. That's what we're in. Insurgency. That's what we're seeing. Your voice and your vote matters, obviously. Patriots stand united. Welcome to the revolution. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance. I had to say that. All right. So, yeah, that was loaded. And it went on way longer than I expected. But, I mean, it's just done so well. I can't not. Let me check on you guys. Oh, yep. Ann Brown, correct. Now Fauci's talking about goggles and face masks. Now he thinks that now that's what he suggests. Out of his fucking mind. Yep. I mean, let's look it up right now. Let's look at it. There's so many things from that I said I was gonna look up. There was like a million different things from that. I'm like, all right, we'll look at that after. All right, we'll look at that after. There's so many different things. Well, let's start there. Oh, and then the I wanted to watch. We wanted to watch the band video, but then this video is gonna get taken down. This video won't last. I don't think my channel is gonna last too much longer. By the way, guys, make sure you subscribe to the Red Pill Dispenser. It's my backup channel. Instead of Red Pill Dispensary, Red Pill Dispenser. By the way, that's the name of my my Twitter account as well, with the handle @pill_news, which is right here. I'll just show it to you. See? The Red Pill Dispensary. That's also the name of my backup channel. Oh, by the way, so now Ilhan Omar, I did a long story on her before about how she had married her husband. In Islam, that first marriage, it means so much. Now you can get it like annulled by a certain type of whatever they're called, like their type of rabbi or something, whatever. I know it's not called a rabbi; it would be whatever a Muslim calls it. Forgive my ignorance on it, but I just don't care. So, and I'm sorry, I just don't. Right now, I don't. Especially with what she's up to. By the way, she's funded straight up from Qatar. I could make all the connections from you, but all you gotta do is just look back at my old videos, and I make all the connections. There's a million of them. It's undeniable. All right. Well, just in the past, let's see. What was it? It was in the past from when to when? I think it's over $1 million. So her new husband, she has a new husband, right? Who is working on her campaign staff. Now, that's not the one she loves. She loves her brother. Her brother is her true husband. So this new husband, let's just say this. When he walks in the room, like rainbows follow him. You know what I mean? Like you can literally see the rainbows following him as he walks around. Her new husband. So the brother is probably okay with that, knowing, well, this guy, he's not exactly interested in her. So I just want to see the time window of this fraud that she has been up to. So anyways, the new husband with the rainbows, he has this like nonprofit. Well, he has this nonprofit. Basically, she's putting over $1 million into his nonprofit. She's becoming like filthy rich. It's crazy how she getting that kind of money. And he's taking that money, flipping it, using it for their interests. And on top of it all, she's being funded by Qatar. Judicial Watch is all over that, and he will be digging out more information on that. We said that we were gonna. Let me just make sure there's anything there's a lot of stuff I didn't even get to really go through. Oh, by the way, you guys see this tweet? Support Patio Pizza and its wonderful owner, Guy Caligulari, in St. James, Long Island, New York. Great pizza at Vinico. Well, he made that tweet July 30th, 10/26. That was during the funeral. That was literally like during Obama's speech. You'd think that he would have and people that, of course the left made fun of him. They always, it's so funny. They always make fun of him. They're like, this guy's out of his mind. Obama is talking about all this stuff, and he's tweeting about a pizza place. What do you think he was really tweeting about? Let's go over this again. So while Obama's talking, he's talking about supporting patio pizza, right? So pizza and its wonderful owner. And then he goes on to say, Guy in St. James. What's St. James? Oh, yeah. Petal Island? Yeah. It's a Long Island. So not only does he say St. James, but then Long Island. He doesn't mean Long Island, New York. He's talking about Petal Island. And then he goes on to say New York. We know that, Epstein also had a place in New York. Great pizza. So that's a shot. We know what you're up to. We know what you guys are doing. We have all the emails. We have it all. We got the server. For those of you who don't know, pizza is Little Girl. St. James, we know that's Petal Island. The New York connection. The guy, all that. It's all there. It's all there. I saw it. Decode. Pizza plus guy with island St. James equals pedo cure. The cure for the pedos. It's coming. Nobody caught that. I got that. I caught that one. That I can say I didn't see anyone catch that. I caught that one. It just didn't fit. I was like, what's Trump saying right now? And I saw that. And then I saw St. James, and then once I saw St. James, I started deciphering around it. Definitely a message. Boston bomber, death sentence vacated, but not stoned. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is like, had it vacated because it was tainted jury with pretrial public. I mean, that is like, as if our justice system isn't taking enough of a hit. A link to my other channel. I don't have. Let me see. It's basically just a backup, Where is it? If you just set it up, I'm sorry. You know what? After this, I'm gonna put some of the stuff that I'm doing in the description box. I do that a lot. I wait till afterwards, and whatever we go over, I put in the description box. So I'll do that on that. All right. Shift, by the way. You guys know what's going on? Oh, that's the other thing with Chef. Okay, hold on. By the way, okay. While I'm doing all this, I want to open up the phone. I want to open up the phone calls. So I'll put that in the description box, Amber. Anybody want to call in? Go ahead. I'll take calls. I'll make them, feel pretty quick. Okay. Exactly. Oh yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, and did you hear Dr. Fauci lately? He's starting to kiss his ass. Dr. Fauci was like, Trump did an amazing job making that call to, stop travel and all that. If it wasn't for that, then the model would have been right. So he's kind of defending his model at the same time, but he gave Trump the props there. But I think he's screwed. I think that they set him up. Oh, and by the way, you guys know about the Tom Hanks stuff, right? And Rita Wilson. Well, guess what? Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are officially Greek citizens. How weird. Now I wonder, do they extradite from Greece? Would they extradite Tom Hanks from Greece for his pedo crap? He does all that weird stuff. He leaves the glove like next to where people were like abducted and shit, like plus a bunch of other weird stuff. He does a lot of weird stuff. He's been, I'm telling you, just look on Twitter. Look about Tom Hanks on Twitter. Oh, and by the way, with all that going on, what gets slipped under the radar? The Pentagon has admitted that they have off-world vehicles not made on this earth. Pentagon has off-world vehicles not made on this earth. Now, some people would say, "Oh, on this earth." Will they make them under the earth? So, no, that would still be on the earth, in my opinion. Now, does this mean that I think that UFOs are real? No. I think that all of this, including some weird stuff like this Coca-Cola 666 conspiracy with their new bottles, and I didn't think anything of it. You can kind of see it, but then you look, you see their address 666 Union, you see their phone number for literally everywhere. 666, 666, 666, 666, 666. Anything to do with Pepsi is 666. It's freaking crazy. America's Navy. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah. My people. Okay, so I mean the US Navy is what separates us from the world. Okay, so yeah, you guys obviously heard about this, I'm sure. I mean, what a perfect time to put that out, right? Red Pill Dispenser. Thank you. That's the name of the channel. Ann Brown. Red Pill Dispenser. Well, that was him and his wife standing there in Greece. It looks like they're trying to run. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, that's what I put here. On the run? Question mark. I'm pretty sure that's how here I put fallen ones, UFOs, church is closed. Who knows? Lord knows. So, yeah, a lot of weird stuff. Adam Schiff. I would read this, guys. This is all on my Twitter. If you guys want to check it out, the Red Pill Dispensary. Wait, Red Pill Dispensary. Did I change the name? Why did it say dispensary? It should say dispenser. I might actually change the name. I did. I changed the name to match the channel. I forgot. So it's the Red Pill Dispensary, but it's still the same handle, of course, at Pill News. But the reason I say that is I got a lot in here. I got the boss stuff. I got the Boston Bomber. This is the Breaking. On the Run or Just Fun. Shady. This just came out. Right before I went live, CNN dropped this. It was like 2 minutes. So, I just retweeted it from CNN and added my little piece. So Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are officially Greek citizens. Interesting. And then, of course, so they've admitted not only that, they they've had all these UFO task force type things, but that they have vehicles that are off world and not made on this earth. The Pentagon admitted that. For years, the U.S. government has repeatedly changed its tune regarding its official involvement in UFO research. A lot of people are really excited about this. Me, I just think that they're setting it up more and more and more for what's to come. Because I think that what's going to be in one of these main vaccines is what I didn't show it in that video. The patent number that happens to be 060606 by Bill Gates. And basically what it does is as you get something, it's a transdermal patch, okay? It basically melts into the skin, leaves these quantum dots. Those quantum dots, they, 5G with the quantum dots, they obviously communicate, and it can tell you'll have a task. Let's say your task is, I don't know, some labor. You do the labor, you get cryptocurrency sent directly to your, to your hand, into your digital account. I think that all paper money is going for sure. That's just my opinion. I think all of this is happening. I think the only thing standing in everything's way is Trump. The only thing that would kill me is if, imagine, Trump was like a ANQ with like this way to keep the patriots, the people like me and others, like the veterans, the South, I'm not South, but Boston, we're unique. And when I say Boston, I'm not talking about the college Boston that you see in Boston, but the neighborhoody Boston that kind of had to be pushed out into these other cities surrounding Boston. Boston's very unique like that. And we're not going to stand for it. We're not, of course not. Especially the Christians, which I am, obviously. I know what it is. I know what time it is. I mean, you guys know what time it is, right? And to see Obama stand in that church and talk the way he did, in that fake black accent, which is not the way he talks. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And disgraceful. To whatever you think about that Congressman, John Lewis, doesn't matter. That's a funeral, that's a church. Not the time, not the place. Obama. I mean, Obama. Well, I can't do it. The whole like Martin Luther King, like, in the church, pastor talk. He is such a character. All right, guys. So we said we are going to look up a couple things. Okay, let's look them up. All right. So what did we say we were going to look up? A couple things. We were going to look up. All right, first, you know what? I want to see if I can find this video that Fauci doesn't want anyone to see. Although once I play it, you know who's been kind of like what's his name? Yeah, Alex Jones. But you know what? He gets the when you want to find the banned videos, he got them. Oh, check that. Obama and Biden are scared to death of general fund. They should be. Why is big tech so afraid of this video? World shocked by Bill Gates statements. I want to see that video because it would have been more longer ago than. We won't be silenced. Another doctor speaks out. I want to see the one with the one that they actually. Oh yeah, and they took one of Trump's tweets. I'm sorry, there's a lot of craziness on here, but I'm trying. Believe it or not, you can find certain things. Damn it! So that's not. What is this? Docs expose the lies. Oh, this gotta be it. This gotta be it. I think this is it. This gotta be it. July 20. This gotta be it. Matches the date. This gotta be it. Looks about right. Oh, by the way, all right. I need you guys to tell me. Can you hear it right now? Do you guys have volume on that video? Just let me know. I'm gonna go over to the video. Tell me if you have volume. Would you have it now? Is that better?
Said, we're here to extinguish fear. They reminded the public that 99.8% of people get through this with
Now can you hear it? Yeah, that's the one. All right, can you guys hear it now?
and no progressive or significant disease, quote unquote. It's like a cold, folks.
This is someone talking. I want to see the actual video.
Like a cold. It's like taking a bath. You can.
Maybe fast forward a little bit.
People know the vast majority, 99.8% of the people get through this with little or no progressive or significant disease. And they're not going to die. So we had the inflated case fatality rate at the beginning because of COVID.
This guy, why do they have this guy?
Very small number of
Maybe just the beginning.
excessively cloned. He says, "Oh, this is."
Come on, what a look.
And we don't have.
Yeah, you know what? It's freaking Alex Jones, man. And you know what? A lot of times you can actually get the real video.
Violated the law. This is not science. This is superstition and tyranny, and we're not going to take it anymore. Then I'll tell you the rest of what he had to say when we come back, and I'm going to tell you the lies that they're telling you about these vaccines. There are known side effects to hydroxychloroquine. It's been around for 60 years. And like a lot of these drugs, it does have side effects. He
Yeah,
mentions one of them,
remember
known hallucinogens. So
You
he
know,
says,
I didn't
"You're
wanna hear
promoting
this guy.
issues." I think
Sorry
this is
about
something to
Sorry about that. I didn't want to hear that. What is this? Yeah, I hope I'm not falling for this stupid clickbait crap. But no. I know for a fact that I get good videos here sometimes. Good information.
Over the past few weeks, we've heard a lot about the drug hydroxychloroquine.
It's called hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
You guys can hear this, right?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydrochloroquine. It is called hydroxy.
Chloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Try it if you'd like.
Yes, try it if you like it. And if you're worried about the side effects, just remember, Donald Trump is a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay, my mistake.
How do you calibrate being enthusiastic
Yeah.
and not playing doctor?
Because I want people to live, and I'm seeing people dying.
Yeah.
And
Assholes.
I've seen people that are going to die without it. What? We got the treatment. We're gonna cure it. We're gonna. What? He was just making that shit up? I feel good about it.
Turns out, actual doctors do not suggest taking hydroxychloroquine for COVID-19 because there is no evidence yet to suggest it protects against the virus.
I don't think we could definitively say it works.
not only was Fauci mocking President Trump for talking about it, but you had Governor Whitmer in Michigan threatening physicians, "I'll take your license if you prescribe hydroxychloroquine," and telling pharmacists, "Don't fill any prescriptions for hydroxychloroquine."
And while many on the left are using the coronavirus outbreak to attack President Trump, one Democrat state lawmaker is crediting him with saving her life.
If President Trump had not talked about this, it would not be something that's accessible for anyone to be able to get that right now. Because I did have a difficult time even that day obtaining the medication because of an order that was put down in my state. It saved my life.
I want to tell you about a 96-year-old man in Florida who said one night, "I don't think I'm going to make it. I feel very weak. The end is coming. I'm coughing. I'm short of breath. I can't get up from the couch." The next day, he was on hydroxychloroquine and antibiotics per his cardiologist. He got up the next day. He was fine. This man is my father.
Hydroxychloroquine. Why is any network run?
Damn, that's saying that word a lot. Let's give it a little pause.
Running these press conferences where he keeps talking about an unproven drug that might work for malaria, might work for lupus, doesn't work for this.
A lot of people would say, follow the money. There's got to be some sort of financial tie to someone somewhere that has the
He just
president
wants to
pushing
save
this
money.
repeatedly.
Turns out he has a financial stake in the company that makes the drugs. Of course he does.
The press honestly is out of control. The level of dishonesty is out of control.
They pulled the video of doctors and lab coats talking about coronavirus research, and they hid that video from the public.
This is just a lot of misinformation.
We don't want a drug pusher for president.
Gene Robinson, you write in the Washington Post, the one word that proves why President Trump should not be president. What is it?
Hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Experts say there isn't enough clinical data to show it's effective for coronavirus, and it has some serious side effects.
The terrible publicity this drug has received just relentlessly over the past 3 weeks. This is a crackpot cure. This is snake oil.
We got the treatment. We're gonna cure it.
Do you think that has made physicians hesitant to try it as a therapy?
No, I think physicians go with what works.
Anecdotal evidence straight from patients' mouths are attesting to its success.
And here's what I consider to be the secret weapon. Hydroxychloroquine.
I don't think we can definitively say it works.
Well, add my name to those personal accounts because I am feeling better.
You guys saved my life, and you know you did.
If I could cover my face with my hands, I would.
You're prescribing it, and it is working for COVID-19 patients. Every patient I prescribed it to has been very, very ill, and within 8 to 12 hours, they were basically symptom-free. And so, clinically, I am seeing a
You're thinning up here.
Hmm?
Did you know that? Your hair's
You know,
thinning.
it just looks like it.
You usually have it
To
swooped
lose
over
it.
this way. He
So I haven't
tried
gotten any
to-
calls. I put the phone number out there.
Oh,
No
I could
calls.
walk in sunglasses. I think I did by mistake. I think I bought pink like cat eyes.
Nah, you got them?
I want them. I think so.
And you think you have to walk matter.
But they're free returns.
It
So if
doesn't
I hate
matter.
them,
I'm
I
not
return it
playing.
for free.
Alright, I'm live. Alright, so yeah, so I don't know what that video was, but I don't know what that video was, but alright, so it's getting late. I put the phone number out there, but it doesn't seem like any callers. So it's late. So a lot of people are gonna probably see us tomorrow. So I want to save the opportunity because also while I was reading that, there was so many things I said that I wanted to look into that I wish I had written them down. So we'll do a part 2 tomorrow. So let me just see any Oh, and Brown, I actually invested in something called SPCE. It's Virgin Galactics, and basically it has something to do with like they're doing their own like space launch, and so far I invested something like $350, and I made $150, so I'm up to $500. But it started to dip. I got scared and withdrew. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna keep growing the way it was. You know, I got it at the right time. Honestly, there's gonna be a resurgence, I believe. But with everything going digital, and if Trump doesn't win this election, oof, you don't want to be one of those people who's stuck there if he loses the election. Although I don't think he's going to. My advice would be hold on to your money. You know, I'd say I don't think it's time to invest. Even and here I am, somebody who hasn't invested, but I took my money out. But I you know what? If you want to do a short term, if you're doing short term, I think now would be a good time to invest if you have something that you're interested in, because I think when they finally come to an agreement on this next round of checks, that's going to do good. The stock market's going to do very well after that. And then basically you just got to follow the news. There's so much is riding on this election, guys. So much is riding on this election. But anyway, so if there's not any calls, like I said, just from what I have for this show prepared, I still have so much more. It's just it's so late, and you know, hopefully, you know, if I do a part 2, we can have more participation, calls, things like that. But it was good to do. It was good to like get the rust off and do a show after a while. I was told not to do a show for a while, and then I was told also just recently that it was a good time to start doing them again. And then all of a sudden, I see Richmond Boston get a strike. I don't know. Then again, a couple of his last videos, I don't know. I don't know why he got a strike. I don't. Oh no! So it would have been from something weeks ago because he had just gotten it back. So that's what it is. If he gets one more strike, then you know. I mean, he's been in that position before, but he always survives. People have his back. And I hope people have my back if they keep coming after me. All right, guys. So Red Pill Dispensary. it was great doing the show again. And thank you guys. And for those of you guys watching this afterwards, I'm looking forward to seeing you there for part 2. All right. There's a few of you I can't wait to see. Special thank you to Dame Jade. Can't wait until we have that set up. At that point, it's going to be like limitless what we can do. I can have things going on, all the stuff, you guys probably know other shows, they have things going on, on the screen with them. That's the goal. All right, Red Pill Dispensary. Thank you, Ann.